So this video is going to be a lot different from my other videos. Because I'm somewhat agreeing with the person I'm commentating on.
Greetings viewers, NaiTaiDai here, bringing you another How Not to Commentate. Today's subject is a commentator called Just a Sylveon. Although they use their side channel doodleclones for their commentaries,
Just a Sylveon was meant to be my main account. But my doodleclones account randomly got more subscribers than my main account. Which is why this account became my main account. Just a Sylveon is still a character though.
Using old stills of Doodletones, OC Elizabeth was a redesign as their avatar. Now, I was aware of this person months back, because they were one of the people responding to Cosmodor on Twitter, and I didn't give them much thought. It was only when Doodletones herself made her own commentary on them, pointing out how they seemingly went out of their way to antagonize her on Twitter before she blocked them, that they genuinely got my attention because I'm a nosy bastard. Their first commentary was on Doodletones commentary, on Just a Robot all the way back in 2016, but all they really did was just pair the stuff Jar said when he responded to her.
You know what? I'm tired of doing videos on reactors and social justice warriors all the time. I want to take a break. Maybe I'll do a commentary on something that won't make me angry. Hey, what's this? 11 Pokemon that could destroy the world? Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
Okay, this is going to seriously bother me if I don't bring this up here. I get it, you're trying to be a robot, that's your character, but the way you speak is grating. It's as if you're a child trying to sound incredibly cool, but you wind up sounding more edgy than anything. It makes me want to play dodgeball in traffic.
It's always great when someone opens a video with ad hominem attack. Now I don't have a problem with ad hominem attacks, but here's the thing, Doodletones dos.
It's always great when people start off a commentary with an ad hominem attack. Now, normally I don't care about ad hominem attacks, but the thing is, Doodletone does.
There are just way too many instances of this for me to point out here, so I advise you to go watch Doodle's commentary on.
Yeah, I really do need to start being more original. But since I'm a clone, that's not easy to do.
Them. I'm not going to say that you can't use a point or two that someone else used, but if you want to be taken seriously as a critic, try to avoid repeating what someone else said word for word. You probably noticed that the syncing is a bit off. Now it's probably just a few seconds, but if you watch Doodle's original video on Jar, you can clearly tell that there are a few frames missing. That's unfortunately just the quality of their editing, and trust me, this isn't even the worst of it.
Walk out the door, you see someone that you know and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
They also are going to be using a screen recording device, which, why?
It's because I don't know how to download the videos. The downloader I have only downloads the audio.
They're clearly capable of editing their own sections of the video. Were they just incapable of downloading the original video?
Yep, I'm an idiot.
Also, unprompted insults.
The Doodletones is a retard counter is at 4 now.
Now if it had been just the one video, I suppose we could just write this person off. But then they responded to Doodle's commentary on them, and titled it, Doodletones Lies.
I really should have picked a better title. Because it comes across as me saying anyone who's talking about this drama is dumb. I know me saying I just picked a bad title and I should have picked a better one. Sounds kind of like a cop-out. And if you don't want to believe me, that's perfectly fine, I understand. Even if it wasn't my intention, I still made the mistake nonetheless.
Now, I'm not going to say that Doodles hasn't been dishonest in the past, but I also didn't pick up any intentional dishonesty in her commentary on Sylveon. If you're going to accuse someone of being a liar in the title of your video, you'd best have proof of that claim, or else people are just going to assume you're trying to start shit. So, do they prove where Doodle was lying about them?
For those who are newer here and don't know this context, this is Just a Sylveon, a Jar fan who found Jar's video on me last year, came to me to leave a bunch of destructive comments on various accounts, pretending to be me whilst at the same time leaving destructive.
So the first comments Doodletones show are clearly just jokes. I don't see what's so destructive about them. So the context for this is that in the video, I commented on Doodletones use the hypocrisy doesn't make you wrong argument, which has already been debunked by other YouTubers. Yet Doodletones still used it in this video, which is honestly idiotic. I still don't see what's so destructive about it.
Comments like these.
So the context for this is that I saw 7 Omega's comment about Doodletones and it showed me how awful Doodletones really is.
Nope. They basically just try to excuse them being a bitch to Doodle.
No, I'm saying that she pulled a prison-mate Luke and put images on screen that don't prove her point. And most of the comments she shows aren't destructive at all. If you really want to fix the situation you need to be more open and honest to your fan base and communicate more, because if you antagonize your fans and your critics, that's only going to affect your channel negatively.
Irony! You didn't prove that Doodle lied about anyone in her video though.
Yep. I'm an idiot.
It's sort of amusing that you seem to dislike Prison-Mate Luke so much when you use the same tactics as him. From here, they just sort of ramble on about stuff that isn't related to Doodle, before responding to a commentary on them by Halo Fan. Why though?
Because he also did a video on my video on Doodle Tones, so it's related to what I'm talking about.
The title of your video is Doodle Tones Lies, giving your audience zero indication that you're going to be talking about someone else. Unless you did a video on Halo Fan right after this one. So why force a response to Halo Fan into a video that's meant to be aimed at Doodle Tones? By the way, we get to see more of their great editing.
This is Halo Fan. I doubt anyone has heard of him until now. But believe me, after this video, you won't ever forget him. Won't ever.
And just in case you think they stopped copying Jar, they didn't. They used the same kind of wrestling arena Jar did in his video on Luke.
No, that's not the same image. Yes, they're both boxing rings. And they have the same color palette. But they're clearly not the same image.
And even plagiarized his final thoughts.
Now, with my ending thoughts, I want to make this 100% clear. Are people like Harley, Just Stop, Lexit, Antunes, Hopeless Peaches, and even myself worthy of criticism? Have we done a few bad things here and there? Yes! Some more than others. But basically, every single person Prison-Mate Luke talks about, he makes them look way, way worse than they really are. And he's lying on purpose. If anyone wants to say, I talked with Prison-Mate Luke in DMs, he seems like a genuine guy, or I talked with Luke in DMs, he seems like a nice guy. Yeah, a nice, genuine guy doesn't lie about someone claiming they're defending Lolicon when they aren't. And before someone says, well, how do you know Prison-Mate Luke is lying? Maybe he's just making a few dumb mistakes. What effort has he made to correct his mistakes? Aside from the pyro situation, which he didn't even bother making a thumbnail for, and once with the Yandere dev situation. Ever since his pyro apology, he has done nothing at all to correct his mistakes. Why? Because he's not making a mistake. He's blatantly lying. I wanted to make a response to him, and his fans said I was just doing it for views. Same with Harley. If you make a long video, he'll claim you're doing it for views. And if you make a part 1 and part 2, he'll claim you're splitting it up for views. The only reason why Prison-Mate Luke is big is because he did like 24 videos about the Yandere dev drama. And he purely talked about it for views. No other reason. If you're still supporting Luke after you watch this full video, let me ask you something. How many more people does he need to lie about for you to stop supporting him? 50? 100? Give it 2 months and that'll become a reality. Prison-Mate Luke only got big because he talked about big dramas and repeated what everybody else said. And now that he's a big commentator, people think his word holds merit, and he's aware of this. But at long last, people are finally catching on to his bullshit. And pretty soon, this prisoner will be on death row. I can't wait for him to twist that into a death threat.
Now with my ending thoughts. I want to make this 100% clear. Are people like Jar, Dylan Thomas, everyone Doodle, have talked about, and even myself, worthy of criticism? Have we done a few bad things here and there? Yes. Some more than others, but basically every single person Doodle Tones talks about, she make them look way worse than they really are. And she's lying on purpose. If anyone wants to say, I talk with Doodle Tones, she seems genuine. Or talk with Doodle Tones, she seems like a nice person. Yeah. A nice genuine person does not lie about someone coming that they are harassing them when they aren't. And before someone says, well, how do you Doodle Tones is lying? Maybe she's just making a few dumb mistakes. What effort has she made to correct her mistakes? Aside from Confessions video which she didn't even bother making a new thumbnail for. And ones with the Neil vs Alt CC drama. Ever since her Doodle is cringe video. She has done nothing at all to correct her mistakes. Why? Because she's not making a mistake. She's blatantly lying. I wanted to respond to her, but she told me I just doing it for the Pokemon drama. Same with Jar. If you make a long video she claim you're doing it for the Pokemon drama. And if you make a part 1 and a part 2 she will claim you're just doing it for the Pokemon drama. The only reason Doodle Tones got popular is because she made a 24 videos on popular dramas. And she purely for views. No other reason. If you're still supporting Doodle Tones after you watch this video, me ask you something. How many more people does she need to lie about for you to stop supporting her? 50.100. Give it 2 months and that will become a reality. Doodle Tones only got big is because she talked about big dramas and repeated what everyone else said. And now that she's a big commentary channel, people think her word holds weight. And she's aware of this, but at long last, I am finally catching on to her bullshit. And pretty soon this Doodle will be on death row. I can't wait for her to twist that into a death threat. I did that because a lot of the things people have said about prison mate Luke can also be said about Doodle Tones. But I agree I should have said something new instead of saying what other people said.
There's also this comment, which is word for word from Just Stop's second video on Luke.
You don't change, Luke. You stagnate. You say you listen to criticism, but then continue going on with the same things you've always done, and it leads to you making the same mistakes. You act as if your content is just your opinion, and you don't need both sides in an argument to find the truth, as you so eloquently put it. You say that other people like me are the ones who are elitist for calling out your bullshit, but if anything, you have a bigger ego than most people I know in this community. You act like you can't be proven wrong, and until enough manpower is put on you to finally give up, you stubbornly hold on to everything you say like you couldn't be in the wrong, and it's everyone else's fault. You need to get it through your head that that isn't the case at all. Also, I know a lot of people are scared to talk about you because of how easy you are to provoke. You'll most likely make a response to this in some way, but judging by your last like to dislike ratio, I'd assume your response to this would be even worse. I would never say this to anyone who made 1, 2, even 3 or 4 big mistakes in the community and learn from it, but it's clear from how you say you go about content that you aren't going to change anytime soon without the biggest push ever. Even in DMs, when I tried to discuss with you about the video you made on me after it came out, after a while you just stopped responding. It happened once again during the Lexit situation when I tried asking if we could VC and calmly discuss. I've heard this is the thing you do, Luke. When you don't want to listen to people and want to stop a conversation, you just stop responding. You plug your ears and say la 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 until the mean people go away. Well, guess what? I'm not going away because this video is out there now. The thing I wanted to say to you, which I wouldn't to anyone else, is this. And I mean this in the most sincere, blunt way I can because I care about this community and where you're headed. Leave the community. You've caused almost nothing but damage, and it's clear through your mindset that it'll just continue if you keep it up in your current state. I'm not saying leave forever, but go leave for a good time and reflect on everything that's happened. Maybe come back with a different perspective, or a different kind of content entirely, because right now, you're the definition of a dilettante. If you don't know what that means, look it up. Thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you all in the next one that isn't about drama for a good while.
You know what I said before. Now imagine that I said it again. That's all I have to say for today. Before I end this video, I would like to thank NaiTaiDai for making this video on me. I now know what I need to improve on. And I hope to improve eventually. I hope you all have a nice day. And don't be a bully.